Hey, my beautiful friends. This past week was week 5 of my 2025 low buy, no buy. And I don't know how we did it. Well, I do know how we did it. We tried really hard, but we have had a really good week as far as with groceries. We have done really well compared to how we've done previous weeks, okay? We sat down, well, not we, but me. I sat down, I planned out what meals we were going to have. I looked through my pantry, I looked through my deep freeze, I looked through my freezer, looked through everything in this entire house where we had food storage, and I planned my meals around that. And I was like, when we go to the store, this is what we're going to get, what's on my list. We're not buying anything else. We're not getting anything unless it's on this list. And another thing that really helped us is the day that we needed to go shopping, we had to be somewhere else. Like, I had to take my son somewhere else afterwards. So I had to get in the store, get what I needed, and get out. Like, I didn't have time to, like, dilly down and, like, look for other things and all that kind of stuff. I just had to get what I was needing that was on my list and get out of there. And so that's what I did. I just got what I needed. And this week, like, I was out and about a few times, but I just kept telling myself, you know, that we had what we needed at home. I had promised myself that I would use up some of those muffin mixes, you know, when we were out, and I was thinking, you know, I'd like to have some sort of snack. I would like to have a bag of the vegetable chips, or, you know, just some kind of little snack. I would tell myself, well, you know, you don't really need the chips because you promised yourself that you were going to make some of the muffins, or you promised yourself that you were going to make something with some of that Jell-O or whatever, you know. And so, well, I was like, or you've got the angel cake mix that needs to be used up and all that kind of stuff. So I would not allow myself to go buy something else when I had things here at the house that needed used up. I really, really stuck to it. So this week for groceries, we only spent total. Now this is including what Michael spent for lunch, like what we bought for him to take for lunch and all that kind of stuff. You know, all of our groceries here at the house. Okay. Now this is including all of our food here at the house for 4 people, the entire week. Every meal that we ate, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, this is what we spent. Including when Michael went to work, all of his food came from here. Or the food that we had purchased, you know, for him to eat. And our total came to $137.89. So there was no eating out at all. We did not go to any restaurants, period. Just stuff that we purchased at grocery stores is all that was ate all week long. So we spent $137.89 last week. Compared to the previous weeks, that is phenomenal. Like around anywhere from $50 to $100 less than what we've spent in previous weeks. So I will take it. And that was really phenomenal, considering that we still had quite a few things that we had to buy. I mean, it wasn't everything we ate wasn't already here at the house. We still had things that we had to buy, but it was just small little things to add into what we already had here. And all of our meals, they weren't like perfect meals. They weren't exactly things that totally went together. Some of them were a little bit crazy, but that's what happens when you're doing a pantry challenge or when you're trying to save money, is some of your meals are a little strange. But you know what? Strange meals still fill bellies. You know, as long as we're full, we're good. We're still doing good. So like I said, we did not go out to eat at all. We did not buy any wants. I didn't hear Michael mention any like temptations to go anywhere as far as out to eat. I didn't hear him have any temptations to buy anything. As far as wants, I didn't have any temptations to buy anything as far as wants, but I will be open and honest with you guys no matter what. So I will tell you about a purse. So I had told a girl way before Christmas that I would take a purse that she was selling. She's like a family friend. That I would take a purse, or distant family, however you want to explain it, that I would take a purse that she had for sale. It was like a faux leather purse. It was practically brand new, like a backpack. And she wanted $15 for it. I told her I would take it. Well, when I was supposed to meet her, when I went to meet her, she had forgotten to bring it. So I had showed up and she had forgotten to bring the purse. So I just thought that was it. It was over. She had forgotten to bring it. Transaction canceled, whatever, you know. So I didn't think another thing about it. So it had been since like Christmas, and you know, we've had this whole month of January where nobody's been able to even get out at all, hardly. We've had nothing but a solid sheet of ice. Well, then February rolls around and her mom pops up and sends me a message. And she said, so this girl said she forgot about the purse that she was supposed to bring you. And I was thinking, well, that was like back at Christmas, you know. I don't care about the purse anymore. I didn't want to say that though. And she was like, so she took it to work with her today if you want to swing by and pick it up. And so, listen, I'm a people pleaser. In December, I wanted the purse. I still needed the purse because mine was literally falling apart. Mine was just like a shoulder strap thing that I had been packing since when I had the heart attack, because I had to pack a heart monitor around with me for an entire month. So anyway, I went and talked to her, and I gave her the $15 and I got the purse. Now, I could have been the person who was like, hey, that was in December. I don't want the purse anymore. I could have been that person, but I'm not that person deep inside. So I went ahead and got it. So if you want to count that against my no buy, we can count it against it. If you don't want to count it against it, we don't have to count it against it. Whatever. If we want to count that as a strike against me, we can count it as a strike against me, because I did write it down on my little thing here saying that, and I highlighted it in orange, saying that I spent that $15 on that purse. But I wrote on it from December, but I did write it on week 5 that I did spend that $15. So I just want to be open and honest that I spent that. And I also bought, I also do a Secret Sister exchange. And every so often throughout the year, I do buy a gift for my Secret Sister. I have done this for years. And so it's about time for me to send my Secret Sister another gift. And Valentine's Day is coming up. So usually I do send them a gift at Valentine's Day. So I did pick up a card for her. And I will pick up a small gift at some point. I haven't picked it up yet, but I do need to pick up a small little something somewhere and just send her a little thing to let her know that I'm thinking about her. So that will be included in my no buy. I didn't even think about that when I started this no buy, low buy, I didn't even think to mention that I will have to buy a gift for my Secret Sister. I've been doing that for years. I committed back in like September to do it again this year. I'm not going to, check out in January, like halfway through the game. I'm just not going to do that. So I will keep it up. I will try to do better about like the amounts I spend, but I'm not going to be a horrible secret sister just because I'm trying to save money. But I'll keep it within reason. So anyway, that's just a few things I wanted to update you guys on. As far as emergency buys, we did not have a lot of emergency buys this week as far as that goes. Like all the random things that we've been having to buy. Michael did have to buy one little set of wire adapters for his car window. One of his windows wasn't rolling up and down great, and he bought some kind of adapters to work on that. He hasn't worked on it yet, but he did buy those little adapters, and it was just like a few dollars. He bought that. He had planned on working on it, but he ended up having to work at actual work, and he didn't get to do it. And then we did buy more propane, but thankfully we've not had to use as much propane because the temperatures have been like in the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, and we have, had to have like propane going constantly. So that's been a relief. So hopefully this week we don't have to buy propane. I'm ready for cold temperatures to be over and done with. Let me just tell you. As far as the other buys go, other than groceries, we actually spent a lot less this week than we have other weeks, even on that. And we had money left in the bank to put towards our emergency fund and towards our credit card. So it's just been a good week all around as far as all things go. Now, week six is coming up, which is February the 5th through February 11th. And I can assure you, after sitting down, writing out our meal plan with what we have in the cabinets, because the cabinets are starting to look pretty bare after 6 weeks of doing this. After sitting down and writing out our meal plan, writing out our grocery list, and I know I'm saying, I'm sorry. After sitting down and writing out our meal plan, our grocery list, looking through the cabinets, refrigerator, freezer, and all of that, this week, week 6, from February 5th to February 11th, is not going to be as low as week 5. I can tell you that. It may even be our highest week. I hope not, but it's not looking good. So I will update you next week on that. All I can say is cross your fingers, because there's a lot of things we have to buy that needs refilled, as far as like deodorant, and that's not on groceries, but just a lot of general spending that we have to do. And then with groceries and stuff, we have to fill up like all the normal things. Like we're out of cereal, we're out of bread, we're out of like brown sugar, and just all the things that we normally have around. We have started like using up all the backups. So yeah, but it's been good. I can really see the benefit in what we're doing. We're going to continue doing it, and hopefully we can make it all year. But so far, 5 weeks, I'm 6 weeks in, we're hanging in there. And I hope that all these videos are beneficial to you guys. And I love you all. Thank y'all for watching again. It's time to scoop, Little Newt.